All right, guys, we're live here for the Hangout. Live. All right, so on the agenda today, we're going to be talking about United and Mourinho. We'll be reflecting on the Chelsea-Liverpool game, Messi, Barcelona. Is he carrying too much for the whole Messi thing with Barcelona? And previewing this coming week's Champions League games. So let's just start with this right now. Let's just try and deal with it. Is Mourinho to blame for what is happening at United? Yes or no?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
A1, why do you say yes?
Cool. I'll say yes, but on the pitch, it's definitely him. Yes, because he hasn't got them playing football at all, and what he's doing, like the other day, he tried to play back three of McTominay, pushed up to back four, and it's like if you're playing with a back three and you've got a defender like Bailly, he's one of the best centre backs in the league when he plays. Why have you got him on the bench and you're playing McTominay? You're creating problems for yourself. Then took off Lindelof and carried on playing McTominay. Took off Pogba, a player who in their midfield creates things as well. And you got Matic and Fellaini.
So let me propose something to you. Again, what all you're saying is right, but I'm going to echo what Gary Neville tweeted out earlier today, which is that
it starts from the board.
Because again, look, when you hire a manager, you hire his philosophy. You cannot ask a man to change their philosophy and the way they go forward. You can't expect Pep Guardiola to play a defensive, counter-attacking game. You can't expect Klopp to play a balanced, conservative kind of approach because people have their philosophies. So when you knew what Mourinho is, and I said this since last season that this is a bad fit, wouldn't you say to yourself that, okay, either we literally make sure that he has all of the players that he wants, or you know what, you're not the right guy for a job. Thank you, but bye-bye.
Cool. Let me answer that. Cool. First season, he bought his players. He got Pogba, he got Ibrahimovic, Mkhitaryan, and Bailly. Those are his players. Then the next season, he tried to add more with Lindelof, and I don't know who else he bought. And Matic. That's it. He bought them 2 players. Literally, that's like what, 6 players, and plus few more. You're adding to your squad.
No. I mean, but A1 though. But I think. Do you really think that Mourinho got all of his first choice players? Because let's be real right now. As of right now, if I'm a player and it's between Man City and United, I choose City. If it's between Barcelona and United, I choose Barcelona. If it's between Real Madrid and United, I'm choosing Real Madrid. So almost any other elite club, I'm choosing them before I choose United. And maybe in some cases, some people will be choosing Chelsea before Manchester United. So he may have, because again, we'll never know. Maybe Mourinho had someone he preferred over Bailly, over Lindelof, over Lukaku, over Pogba, but because he didn't get us, because that player chose City or they chose Barcelona or Real Madrid, he had to settle for the second, third, or fourth on the list.
But what player did he choose?
Can I say something? Let me say something.
Yeah, but speak. What do you want to say?
You see, Van Gaal, right? I think if they kept Van Gaal until now, it would have been way better, because I think they made a huge mistake appointing Mourinho, because they had to know beforehand that getting this Mourinho guy would lead to a situation like this.
His name is Jose Mourinho, not
Mourinho guy.
His name is Jose Mourinho.
Yeah. So I think Van Gaal, right? If they kept him for at least, let's say, like this season, right? And then, not this season, but like for the next couple of years, and then they can find an ideal replacement for a Sir Alex Ferguson. Because as of the moment, think about it this way: you go get Zidane, and the next thing you know,
Zidane won't work. Zidane won't work. It's not going to work.
Exactly. I don't think that's going to work. So for me, I think the best thing they should have done was kept Van Gaal for some couple of years, and then look to see if you can find ideal replacement for a Sir Alex Ferguson, or even try out a Jupp Heynckes, or even try out a Pellegrini. It could work.
You're going off.
All right, okay. Let's bring it. Okay, so forward. How do you see this? Mourinho to blame, the board to blame, or Jesus? Who's to blame?
It's all to obviously start with the board, because they're the ones who run the club, right? It was their appointment in the first place to get Mourinho, and although it may have seemed like a great idea in the first place, obviously with Pep getting Guardiola, they had a system in place. There's a reason why they bought in Guardiola. They had a 7-8 year plan in place to actually get Guardiola in the first place. Whereas if United is like, oh, let's just get a manager who we know can who has a resume for doing good things, but ultimately he doesn't suit their style of football, their footballing philosophy, the whole excess of what Mourinho brings to your club, with obviously all the drama, the fallout he's going to bring. That's not something that Man United are sort of used to having. They're used to having like basically things being above board and things being in a normal order where it's just about the football on the pitch, not about all the circus that happens outside of it and all these press conferences. Now, in terms of you can't blame Mourinho in terms of he doesn't get his signings. That's not an excuse for anybody because there's always, I mean, even for example, Pep Guardiola didn't get Jorginho. Jorginho went to Chelsea this season.
No. Don't give me that crap. Pep Guardiola pretty much got most of his first choices.
I'm
So you're
gonna
saying
finish
that because he didn't get Jorginho, he's screwed?
No, but I'm saying that's not a big enough excuse. You can't tell me, you didn't get all your first team players, so that means
I never said it was an excuse.
You're using that as an excuse, and I don't want the viewers to think that okay, that's your reason.
I never said it was an excuse.
You didn't. No, it sounds like an excuse, and that's not an excuse. You have to do with what you've been given, and I mean, you have to look at what Klopp's been given at Liverpool. He hasn't maybe got all his first trade signings, but they're still doing better than what United are doing right now. Look at Spurs. Are they getting all their first trade signings? They didn't make any signings, but they're still doing better than United last season and this season. So, like, we have to look at it with perspective and say that, you know what, you can't just say that it's all down to the board. No, you have to look at Mourinho and say that squad of players they have right there is better than what they're doing now. They should have more than 10 points after 7 games. They should have done a lot better.
Well, you realize that Lukaku, Herrera, Fred, Smalling, Jones, Young,
right?
You realize that they're crap.
I realize you can make them better than what they are. Because for me, I would probably play Lukaku right wing. It sounds crazy, right? But look at how Everton did good with Lukaku right wing. When Lukaku was right wing against Brazil, look how he gave Marcelo and Miranda problems.
He had games. He had
man.
Ford is right too, because I remember his Everton days. He was playing, I think he scored like one of the goals the season against Chelsea when he was playing out there. But
he can actually be affected. He's going to show a good work rate. And I mean, you're going to have to rely on his definition and then hold-up play. But he's actually pretty good at crossing the ball and whatnot.
The thing with Mourinho that's strange is the guy's known for his man management. And now, I think probably his weakest point now is probably his man management, because you look at the way he's handled situations over the days at Chelsea, when he got sacked, and then now. I mean, it's just a joke.
Let me tell you one thing.
But the thing is that he recently signed a contract extension, so I don't understand why they didn't back him in the summer with transfers.
Hatred. A question for you. Yeah,
talk, man. What?
Yeah. If I'm assigning you as a Man United manager and I'm not trusting you all the time, if I want the players according to my philosophy, not your philosophy. I know what brand of football you're going to come with Man United playing. Yeah, if Pogba was not Mourinho's choice. I'm not saying that Mourinho.
Well, he was 100%. He was.
Wait. What did he say? Wait, say again.
Yeah, Pogba was not Mourinho's choice because the season when Mourinho came, on the same season before that, Pogba was linked with
that's what I tell you guys, that Pogba was a marketing buy. He was a marketing buy.
No,
listen to I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm not saying this. No. Look. The point I'm trying to make is that Mourinho has to take some blame because he's a manager, but you have to look at the bigger picture. The fact of the matter is that everybody knew that this was a bad fit. Everybody knew that his philosophy. Everyone knows that he will not work well with the players they have there. So why is he still there? Why do I do to sack him?
HH, can I say something?
Yeah, Red, hit it.
Mourinho actually has upgraded United, because people forget that Man United was not in the Champions League. He brought them back. He won the Europa League, something Klopp couldn't do. Klopp hasn't even gotten to third yet. So people keep on talking about Mourinho as if he's a train wreck. United's been a mess for years. They sold Wilfred Zaha. I don't know why. They sold Di Maria. I don't know why. They keep buying players and selling them. They can't even keep
it's badly wrong.
2 years.
Ever since Ferguson left, it's been down.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait. Van Gaal got into Champions League as well.
Who?
Van Gaal, he got into Champions League as well.
No, Van Gaal, they won the FA Cup, but they finished 5th. So
Champions League on the Van
Gaal. Van Gaal got into before that.
Yeah, season before that, but
they didn't do anything of that thing. Okay, so talk.
Yeah. So I want to say that Mourinho didn't like Lukaku at the time of Chelsea. Yeah, so he get rid from Lukaku. So why would he have bought Lukaku again in Man United?
That
doesn't
point.
make any sense.
I think
I think the problem here
That
is
was the Mourinho signing. We all know that was the Mourinho signing.
That was 100% Mourinho signing.
I think the problem here is, guys.
No, wait.
The problem here
Wait,
is.
one at a time. Okay, I'm gonna go to Barca, then Barca.
I think the problem here is the players don't suit Mourinho's style. This is so evident. If you look at against West Ham, the way West Ham was moving these guys around, it's not a Mourinho type. These are not Mourinho type players. These players,
guys,
let him talk, man. Let the guy talk, man. Talk.
The players in United, they are not agile. They are not aggressive. If you look at someone when Mourinho was in Inter, you had a Snyder, you had a Milito who
2010
is a very aggressive. Exactly. You have a Mourinho who is a very, a Milito striker who is a very aggressive and agile striker. You know, trying to.
Guys, I told you, 2010.
Yo, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Talk. Talk.
Alright, cool. No. Cool. You're saying when it came to strikers, it was either two choices: either Lukaku or Morata. Yeah, because Chelsea wanted Lukaku, Man United wanted Morata.
Wait. Sorry. Can we just pause for a minute? Imagine if your choice in life is Lukaku or Morata to try and score to.
It's suicide.
You might as well tell Satan and Lukeman, I want a double bedroom in hell.
Lukaku gets too much.
And I want bed and breakfast in Satan's lot.
You know what the embarrassing thing was? They made Noble look like peak Xavi. I swear to God.
Okay. A1, finish your points. A1.
So he wanted Morata. Mourinho wanted Morata. Morata was ready to sign, and it didn't go through, so he got Lukaku. Yeah, so you can't say, he didn't get the players that he wanted. He got the players he wanted. Like the only players that he didn't get, as far as I know, is Willian, Perisic.
Okay. Wait. One moving. Okay, let's look at Chelsea. Let's react to Liverpool. Was that the right score? Like, yes or no? Or should Chelsea have won the game?
Liverpool is now winning the title.
Chelsea should have won.
Because
Hazard should have scored that second chance.
Yeah, he should have. That 1-on-1 Hazard should have
should finished out. Yeah.
I think Hazard could have had a couple yesterday night.
I mean, Liverpool had two cleared off the line. Don't forget that.
To be fair, it was an even game, right? So obviously Chelsea took the lead.
I think
had many good chances.
Sorry.
You know, I think.
Tell me, should this have been a draw or should Chelsea have won? Tell me.
We should have won from the position we were in, right? I mean, whenever you're winning with 5 minutes to go, you should always win. But obviously, we have. I mean, for me, the difference was they brought on players like Shaqiri can change a game, Sturridge can change a game, and obviously a £45 million summer signing in case. And we brought on Morata. He was trash. Let me finish my point.
Say Morata is trash. Say it. He's trash.
No, he's worse than trash. He's the fraud. He's the worst player.
Let's just be real here.
Jeremy, he's terrible.
Let's just be real here. That Sturridge goal was outstanding.
Wait. Do you guys think the goalkeeper should have done better? I mean,
no.
Which fool thinks the keeper could have done better?
If that's Neuer, I think
there's nothing you can do with a strike like that, guys.
No, you can't. Because it was the right height, right? Everything about that strike was perfect.
And there's too many players in front of him. Can't see that.
Listen,
who thinks someone's gonna shoot from that range? I mean,
let me tell you something, Kepa, right? I've watched this guy.
Please always stop comparing Neuer because Neuer could say that Neuer is something exceptional.
Let me tell you something, right?
Okay. Barca talk.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, right? Kepa, right? And I watch a lot of La Liga play, and I know a lot about La Liga, and I'll tell you this. Kepa, right, in Bilbao, he made I think it was this Villarreal guy who was taking a penalty, right? And he made this crazy penalty save where, the ball literally was going inside the net. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like for you guys to put so much pressure on... No, listen. For you guys to put so much pressure on Kepa because he couldn't save that shot yesterday. Those guys 18 years old.
No.
I mean, come on now.
No one's hating on that.
18-year-old. You're putting that much pressure on him, and you expect him to save a
He's 23.
I'm sorry.
He's 23.
He's 23.
Yeah.
But you guys expect him to save a shot like that?
All I'm saying, no one's
23
being.
is old enough. 23 is old enough to get married. If you're old enough to get married and to pop your cherry, you're old enough to save a shot like that.
Yeah,
But
the
okay,
point I was trying to
okay. Wait. Easy. Let's talk. Okay, so within for Liverpool, do you think that they're heading towards a mini slump? Or do you think that they'll get up to winning?
He's not gonna win the league.
But it's Man City though. They've got Man City.
Playing Napoli and Man City next, yes.
Yeah.
So they have to show up and perform.
I think
they
Salah
need to be clinical.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
you're not gonna win the league.
Okay, wait, guys. Okay, let's deal with this right now. Salah. Is he a one-season wonder? Yes or no?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
For sure.
No, my boy's gonna bounce back.
You
Save this
you guys
interview,
are the
please.
fakest guys I've ever known.
Exactly.
When I was saying he was a one-season wonder to begin with, all of you guys insulted me.
No. To be honest, I was saying he was a one-season wonder. Check my
No.
tweets.
Listen. This is the thing, right? With Mohamed Salah, right? Let me tell you something. Salah, right? He had a ball yesterday. This is how I knew he was a one-season wonder. He had a ball where.
Wait, chill. I want to know from people. Does anyone here think he's not a one-season wonder and he'll hit?
Of course he's not.
No, he's not.
He's gonna get 20 plus goals. Like, you man need to chill. Yo, I look at it, right? He's got the same amount of goals as he had last season. Yes, his finishing. I've never said his finishing is absolutely elite. He's always missed plenty of good chances. He just hit a really good hot streak last season where he scored a lot of goals. I think he still will this season.
How many G's did he drop this season? How many G's did he drop this season?
I've always said he's going to get 20 plus goals this season, and I don't get how you can say he's only going to get 15. That's to me seems crazy when he's already got 3 and he's missing so many chances. These chances are still going to come, and like even yesterday watching the game, right? I watched most of Liverpool's games.
He had one chance.
Yesterday was his best performance of the season up until the actual finishing. That's where he just messed up. He messed up the final pass, the final finish. I just feel like he needs to actually. There's no reason why he won't be able to score 20 goals.
If you're elite, you need to finish. Okay, so Hazard, is he top 3 now? Yes or no?
Everybody knows he's top 3 right now. I've been preaching this for years. I've been preaching this. When he was playing left wing back under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Forward, relax. Who here says Hazard is not top 3?
I'm gonna say
he's not. He's not.
Kick him out, man. Why are you trying?
Okay,
why are you lying,
Nigerian Prince, I'm gonna have a bone to pick with you. Red, what is about to say?
I was gonna say I believe he is top 3, but the thing is, it's hard to argue that when he's not in the Champions League. He has to get back in the Champions League and show it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all he has to do.
Anything. We're talking about his ability.
That's the only argument.
Okay.
Ability is not, man. He's not.
Okay, Nigerian Prince, why is he not top 3?
He hasn't disowned Neymar. I'm sorry.
What? Did you watch the World Cup?
He's better than Neymar.
Oh, Neymar was
wait.
Hazard is better.
Are you talking about the same Neymar who was a bomb at Anfield?
Oh my God!
Hazard did more in 10 minutes than Neymar did in. Explain that.
Wait, no, guys, Pablo. Okay, so now Nigerian Prince, tell me, how is Hazard not better than that bomb who showed up at Anfield?
You need to relax, man. Calm down.
On the chances created, there's nothing you can use to defend Hazard has been better than Neymar. Like Neymar's
we're talking about in 2018. Who's the better player?
No.
That's the question.
This is what I don't get with guys, because guys seem to be confused. We're not talking about your potential ability and what you're able to do. It's what have you done in the last 3-4 months?
Has Neymar made a World Cup semi-finals?
Neymar isn't touching. He isn't.
You can't World Cup when the man was just coming off an injury.
Let's all relax.
I don't give a damn when he was coming off an injury. I judge based on. I can't.
He was 50% fit in that World Cup.
So therefore, I'm going to change my view.
Yeah, man wasn't fit in the World Cup.
He was 50% fit, man.
I don't care.
What do you mean? Everybody was talking about how he's fully fit when he's performing against Messi.
But that's an excuse, Nigerian. That's an excuse, man.
No.
Say that Neymar isn't.
Wait, guys, we're moving on. Now let's wait. Easy. We're moving on. We're now let's Barcelona right now. So first of all, PK is flirting with Class A brick status.
It's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Relax.
Easy, man.
He's currently Class B in the Brick Academy, but he's flirting with Class A because I'm not sure whether you're allowed to assist the opposition as a defender. So I don't know whether that's like a new thing in the rule book or something, but I don't think you're allowed to do that. So Messi is doing too much for this team.
Exactly.
It's actually very unprofessional because I was watching the game against Bilbao and this guy is doing too much. He's literally doing too much. And for a team of Barcelona, first of all, the Carnival is now a classy break.
He's always he's been trash over the last couple of years.
He's a brick country. And I think that Coutinho and Dembele, they're still doing their thing, but I just still feel, you know what? Remember last season? Yes, Messi was amazing. He was influential. They still had Iniesta. And let's be real. It was not peak Iniesta, but Iniesta still balled.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Barcelona right now and I say, you know what? They are missing Iniesta.
Hey, Chich, same thing I said 4 months ago. Do you remember in Hangout?
Wait. Mumunta, what did you say? Mumunta, speak.
The same thing I said they are going to miss Iniesta the coming season. I said 4 months ago before the World Cup. Because do you think that Verratti and all those players, Rakitic, is not capable to replace Iniesta? Iniesta's philosophy, Iniesta's ball control, Iniesta's vision.
Okay, so you're telling me that without Iniesta, Barcelona cannot win La Liga with the crew they have?
They'll win it.
I'm saying it's Barcelona main focus is not winning La Liga. It's the main focus to win Champions League this season.
Okay,
we have to be honest.
You know what? That's a perfect transition right now. Now, I told you guys that my number one pick to win the Champions League is Barcelona, and you can't be reactionary, and I refuse to be reactionary. But by looking at them now and say, you know what? No, so I'm still going to stick with it, but I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at how much Messi has to do. Umtiti's out for 6-7 months.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, he is.
No, ligaments, man. It's real. Like
I thought it was a couple of months.
So you've got Vermaelen, Lang, and Brique.
And we're going to Wembley.
No, Vermaelen is a quality defender. Don't say anything.
Wembley against Tottenham.
Vermaelen's a baller still.
Come on, man.
I mean, because look, guys, let's be real. If Messi leads this team to a Champions League, man,
is he the GOAT?
He's not.
He's already the GOAT, bro.
He already is.
He already is. Don't kick me.
Look, man. I will not take it. I refuse to take the bait.
Can I please say something about this Barcelona team, please?
Hey, don't whimper there. Let's talk. Speak freely, but please make your points very clearly. Don't talk in poetic terms. Don't talk in soliloquies. Just get to your points very quickly. Thank you.
Okay, so like I said, yesterday was a meltdown. For me, it was just a meltdown, and like I said,
what is the issue precisely? I don't need a lot. What is the issue precisely? Is it PK? Is it Valverde? If you say Valverde, I will virtually slap you.
The issue is Roberto. That's the issue.
Who?
Sergio Roberto, right back. What the hell?
So the reason why
Barcelona haven't won
Let me say something.
I did not expect that, man. Wow.
Let me tell you something, right? I will give blame to PK because that was an absurd, atrocious mistake. I'm telling you right now, he will not make a top 4 Premier League team. He will not. He can't play in any of those top 4 Premier League teams. But
what's the problem? Yeah, what's the problem?
The one thing about Roberto that I just I respect Roberto so much, but I just feel like, man, like he's just not that fullback is.
So no. So Barca, you're talking that the main reason why Barcelona couldn't beat Bilbao was because of Sergio Roberto.
Yeah. Did you see the goal? The guy was literally trailing Roberto.
If PK was quicker on the offside move, it would have been offside, but he was too slow to move up. So it's as much PK's fault as it was Sergio Roberto's fault.
But then look at it this way, because if you watch the game against Leganes, where was Roberto? He was all the way there, and Alzao had so much space in front of him.
Did Roberto assist the opposition in that game? Yes or no? I don't think he did. PK did.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Can I ask a logical question here?
Okay. Ask man.
Okay. Like for myself and obviously some of the viewers who don't actually watch Barcelona week in, week out, right? Like, is it actually a personal issue, or is it maybe some of the tactics that aren't actually helping Barcelona to win games? Because you can't just say it's Roberto's fault for Barcelona not winning a game in their last.
One thing. Roberto,
I mean, basically, from what I've seen from the Leganes game and this game is you take Messi out.
Yeah.
Because they're still creating chances. But you take out Messi, you have a very good chance of either drawing or beating them. That is the issue. Because the Cannibal just isn't as sharp as he once was. Coutinho and Dembele, they're still finding their ways into the team. And I think that extra dynamic was Iniesta. Because even if you close down Messi, Iniesta could find that amazing pass to
give to.
So there is no other player with Iniesta's eye. No
so don't you think?
I have a question. Easy. So the issue now is that you have Messi has got to score the goals. He's got to play make. He's got to create. He's got to carry the ball. He's got to. It's too much. It's too much. So basically, once that happens, puts 3 men on him.
Yeah,
suffocates him, and that's it. Because he would always and you could see even at the end of the game he was given a yellow card after the whistle because you could see how pissed off he was. Yeah, because I think that the thing with us is that World Cup thing really pissed him off. Yeah, and I think that for him to get away that disappointment, he really, really, really wants to win this Champions League. Yeah, but even more so, they want to win this treble. But they really want to win this treble, and I am not sure that because remember, as good as that team was in their peak, Puyol was a bad boy as a defender. PK was quality. Was quality. He was. Mascherano was good. He was high.
I mean, some of the goals he was scoring at his peak was crazy too.
Yeah. So it's just not the same. Okay, so look, let's do the Champions League preview, man. So is the biggest game Tottenham Barcelona or?
Yep.
Oh my boy.
Well, this is a funny one, man. I mean, how do you guys see this game? Remember,
can I say one thing?
Yes. No.
I think that Tottenham's gonna run over Barcelona if Messi doesn't show up.
Come on, man, relax.
No. How
let's be real right now. Okay. Two things. First thing, are you saying that Leganes are better than Tottenham? First thing. Second thing,
have you seen Tottenham
easy. Second thing is
Tottenham haven't even got a stadium, so
easy. And also, Arsenal find it very hard. I mean, sorry, Barcelona do not have a good record.
No, we're talking about
coming to London.
Can I just say one thing? The thing is with Barcelona, I said
Barcelona they have good record coming to London. Ask Mazzola.
No, they have no physicality.
Arsenal.
Aside from Jordi Alba, nobody runs on that team. They're all slow. But both Malcolm and Dembele both have pace, but they don't track back. So that's why you see against Leganes, it was counter-attacking football. They just came back with the speed. PK and TT both couldn't deal with it. Or Lenglet, sorry, they could not deal with that. And the same thing happened to them against Bilbao again. Just speed. Yeah. So Tottenham has physicality, but Dembele in the midfield is gonna press them unless they have somebody that's press proof like Messi. They're gonna get run over. Same thing happened to Madrid last year.
Let me tell you something.
Lucas Moura, Heung-min Son. What are you talking about? They have that. And Kane is gonna
have to start Lucas. Like Kane isn't fast. Eriksen isn't gonna run.
Let me tell you something.
So you're telling me that Tottenham can't beat this Barcelona side at Wembley?
I think they can. I think they're going
to. No, because I'm
so what's your point?
Leganes are better than Spurs.
That's not how football works.
It's not about just one team.
No. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here is that I look at this game, right, and I'm gonna say this: Tottenham, at the rate that they are, yes, they've been in a bad slump. They did lose to United in Old Trafford, yes. Mm-hmm. But they come into this game feeling very, very confident. They beat Manchester United in Old Trafford. They come into this game feeling very confident because
that was over a couple of weeks ago.
I look at
that's like a month ago.
Doesn't matter, man. But they're on the form, man. That doesn't matter.
I'm looking.
No. I told you guys, you can't don't be so sure Barcelona will go out. Because remember, you guys have not been watching Barcelona. I told you, man, 11 Sports is popping off, man. So, no, trust me, it is, man. So basically, the thing is that
best Spanish TV.
I've been seeing these guys, and it's like that pitch as well. Tottenham, if they can get it right, because PK is a brick. Like, let's guys, PK, he's on some.
No, he's finished. He's finished.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think a midfield consisting of Dyer can handle playing against Barcelona? Because let's be real, the amount of mistakes that they made against Liverpool, when Liverpool won clinical on the counter, it only takes one chance of Messi to punish you. Just like we saw Arsenal.
It's your strategy. Again, are you telling me that the midfield of Leganes is better than the midfield of?
It's not about that.
That's not how
I think we've seen Tottenham many times choking these kind of situations.
No.
They're not used to playing such a clinical
The
side.
point I'm making is the point I'm making is that if Tottenham play a direct way, they're very direct. They can hurt this team. If they counter well, they can hurt them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't disagree, but then Tottenham also like to hold possession in the middle of the park. And against a team like Barcelona who will press and will catch you out, it only takes one or two mistakes and Messi will punish you. Just like we saw last season with Juventus. Only one or two mistakes and Juventus were clinical. Barcelona at this level of Champions League football are very clinical as well. And Tottenham are used to playing those kind of teams.
Let me tell you.
Are we forgetting the Inter Milan versus Tottenham game?
Exactly. I mean, that literally one transfer card, one goal. Tottenham are used to that kind of.
But remember, Tottenham, they were away from like basically. If this was at the new camp, yeah, they'll get beat. At Wembley, look, Barcelona are the favorites. Let's look. Of course, they're the favorites, and we expect. All I'm saying is that they're not overwhelming favorites. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, just look at what Tottenham did to Real Madrid last season.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're looking at one game. We're looking at an entire lifetime of Tottenham bottling big games. They're used to bottling games like this. Actually,
I want to just bring in a final topic here, because people have been bugging me about this also. So, Cristiano has been doing well at Juventus now. Did I crack a joke? You know what? That's actually really weird. Like, I didn't crack a joke. Like, I'm actually like people. People have been saying that he's doing pretty well at Juventus, but I think Juve have won the last 20 trophies. But again, do Real Madrid miss Cristiano, and how much do they miss?
No,
100%. You're relying on Benzema. 100% miss Cristiano. Hashtag 8 goals max.
Montara, you're not allowed to comment. Sorry. Forward. Finish.
Yeah, you're relying on Benzema to score your goals. We all know Benzema isn't the striker he was.
Bale is
relying on Bale. Bale is world class. Yeah, but how often is Bale going to be fit for? I mean, as you've just seen now, he's injured.
When he's fit, you just have to use the benefit of the doubt.
Ultimately, can anybody here tell me that missing a player who scores you 40 goals a season and not replacing him is going to lead to you now better than where
34 years old?
Doesn't matter, but he still scored you 40 goals, and now you need to replace that. And you're replacing that with Asensio, who was a bench player last season.
Lopetegui's tactics.
Man, I watched him week in, week out.
Wait. I want to bring in some other guys. Because I'm going to bring in a Hazem because nobody's focused on Hazem. How much do you think Real Madrid miss Cristina?
I think they miss him, but I think he wouldn't have fitted well with Lopetegui's tactics, anyways. Because
you see, now this was a little point I was making here. How well would Cristiano fit into the way that these guys are playing? And maybe, because look, he's a goal scorer, but he's not a defender. So he's not a defender. So
also prevent you from conceding. They go 1-0 up. They may not have then conceded 3 goals back to back. If you know what I mean. So you still need those goals to actually go in, but you don't concede 3 goals.
Can I say one thing? thing? We lost to Sevilla twice at their home ground in the past 2 years. So this isn't new. We lost with Ronaldo on the field. We dropped points to Bilbao last year 1-1. Same thing with Ronaldo on the field. We're playing exactly the same, if not better than before.
What's that crap
Real Madrid is dead.
That Machine was telling me on Twitter saying that Cristiano.
Look it up. Last year we dropped points twice. Last year and the year before that at Sevilla. Of course we're gonna miss. Ronaldo's an incredible player, but he's not the player he was when we got him. Last year you saw the decline. He wasn't contributing as much as he did before. And his goals only came in after February.
Look, man. I've always said Real Madrid had to have gone for Hazard, man.
I think the main thing is that they didn't replace him. If they replaced him with someone like Hazard or for Lewandowski, then I think they would have been in a much better position.
Oh, for sure. Like 100%, because they're just like Barcelona, they are creating opportunities. Even in the game against Atletico, they had some great chances, but Asensio, I'm sorry, like his quality But the chances that Asensio had, if that falls to Lewandowski or Aguero or Hazard, it's a G.
But why do you think Perez
let me tell you guys something. You guys know that Barcelona
wait, easy. One at a time. It's okay. I'm Hazem.
Wait, so why do you think Perez didn't go for that big signing to replace Ronaldo? Why do you think he just kept it how it is? Did he have faith in, I don't know, Asensio or Bale? Why do you think?
Oh no. For me,
actually, he had faith.
I feel that for Lopetegui, I think that the idea was that he was like, okay, we're not getting that superstar. Remember Asensio, I think was going to be a very big part of Lopetegui's Spain team. So the fact that you're seeing Asensio this Spain team was what Lopetegui was doing all the time by introducing him into the team as same as Vasquez. So I do think that Lopetegui has faith in Asensio, hence why he's starting so many of the games. But Real Madrid, I don't think it's enough for them to win La Liga.
Can I say
as much
something?
as Barcelona are struggling, I don't think it's enough for them to win La Liga without a superstar. Okay, Barca, what do you want to say?
I'm not gonna lie. I understand where Red is coming from and everything like that, but you have to understand this. Since this transfer window, and when I looked at the team, especially the Premier League teams, the way they upgraded their teams, their midfield. Let me tell you something. Real Madrid's midfield last season was better than all the European midfields in the league. To be honest with you, and let me be honest, right? Let me say this. Because all these big clubs have improved their squad and have filled the position that they really need to, I'm telling you, Real Madrid might get knocked out in the quarterfinals or even the semis. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're dead. I actually think they're dead. I know Barcelona is doing bad, but I think they're dead in the Champions League. So I'm not gonna lie.
No, Barca, you can just use reverse psychology. Okay, it's just not gonna work.
Hey, one thing. I'm just gonna say one thing.
Yeah. Red, what do you want to say?
I'm gonna say that the league is ours this year because we've been through Atletico, Sevilla, and Athletic Bilbao, and we're on level points with Barcelona. Barcelona has to play against Atletico Madrid. They still have to go through. That's
because you've been equally shit.
Pardon?
That's because you guys have been equally shit.
No.
Let's just be real, man. Yes, Real Madrid got their asses handed to them by Sevilla. Leganes. They were bottom when they played.
Exactly.
They're still bottom.
Have you seen Leganes stadium? I'm sorry,
let's be honest.
That's how I enjoy the team.
Honest. 3-0. 3-0 to Sevilla? Come on now.
To be honest, like for me, I think losing. No. Let's not.
Leganes as well.
Losing to Sevilla away from home 3-0.
Sevilla, a proper team, man.
Sevilla Silva with 2 goals.
Guys. Can we stop talking about
asterisks?
Look. All I'm saying is this: is that
we're winning the trouble, man.
I mean,
you missed the Cristiano part, man.
I have something about to say the Cristiano thing. You can't say he wouldn't fit a local.
No, you missed it. You missed it.
Okay. You know what? I think this is a good thing to end on. This is a very good thing to end on. So, FG. Why would you stop supporting Real Madrid and start supporting Juventus because of Cristiano? I mean, I need you just to explain that psychology because I find it very fascinating. Can you explain that?
That club is nothing without Cristiano. So once he's gone,
wait.
Juventus.
Easy, guys. Shush. But FG,
you mean Real Madrid?
Isn't shouldn't you be supporting a club through thick and thin rather than just the one individual? Isn't that what football fanship is about?
No, that's like saying you should be with a woman for the entire life. You can't be with one woman for your entire life.
Well, you know what, guys? Laugh now, but I told you guys, monogamy is a myth. Thank you. I'm out.